How's it going, everyone? This is Crypto Seb, and today we're going to be talking about basically what's been happening in the market over the past week. Now, if we take a look at CoinMarketCap, as you can see, still in the red over the past 7 days, massive downwards trends in the market. In fact, even over the course of 24 hours, we're still seeing double digits of red. Ethereum, though, not doing too bad now. Just put that into perspective, it's still above $1,100. Personally, I love Ethereum. Does something for the world. Bitcoin dropping. Now, personally, I think, just my opinion from my own research, don't remember, it's not financial advice, please do your own research. I think it's going to drop down even more. At least to $8,500. I explained this in my last video. It did go up, but it's dropped down again now, and I do think it's still going to hit that support line, and I don't think we're going to see it recover, at least not until maybe halfway through the next week. Doesn't mean to say it's going to continue dropping, and doesn't mean that everyone should start panic selling all of a sudden, but it does mean that it's going to fluctuate slightly between the $9,000 to $9,500, and then over the course of the weekend, I generally think it's going to drop to $8,500, possibly even $8,000, which at that point, I'm obviously going to rebuy Bitcoin. Ethereum, I love Ethereum. I strongly invest in Ethereum myself. Litecoin, a bit of a letdown for me, but I can't complain considering that when I bought it, it was around, I can't remember now, about $72. So, not even too bad, really. Profit still, but more to buy the further it drops. With Litecoin specifically, now just always remember to do your own research, but I will be buying more if it does hit the $125 mark. Same with Neo with $120 mark. Neo is another good one as well. Neo, I find that from back when it was around the $32 mark, everyone was banging on about Neo being the next big thing. Not just obviously when I was watching other YouTubers, looking around the internet, doing my own research, and it turned out to be true. $128 it's on now. It has hit a big high of around, what was it, $150, $160, $170. But right now it's dropping, so even Neo right now is a good time to buy. This is most definitely the buying period of crypto. If we take a further look down, IOTA is still out of the top 10. Dash has dropped all the way down to almost $600. Moreno, $250. Tron has completely plummeted. I remember the big spike that Tron had where it actually started, it was massively increasing, but obviously now it's back down to an absolute pile of piss at the moment at literally about 4 cents. So now you also got, remember guys, one specific thing in when you're trading in crypto. Everything right now is either in the single or double of the digits. Now's a good time to invest. Remember, this is not investment advice, but this is personally what I'm doing right now. Okay, it is a good time to invest in a few of these now, whether it's Neo, Litecoin, Ethereum, Dash, Moreno. Okay, do your own research, but with the fact now it's all dropping in double digits, I'm going to explain why this is. Now, a lot of you already know this. A big reason to why this massive drop happened, as you can see on Neo, look, it did rise up, big drop there. There was big drops halfway through the week on a lot of these pairs. Look, you can see it here on the graphs. Halfway through, cut straight down the middle, big dip. Why though? There we go. Facebook banning all ads promoting cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, ICOs, etc., etc. You guys know the deal. I think you guys have already seen this all over the internet. Okay, this was announced a couple of days ago. I'm quite late in giving the news out, but in case none of you know, here it is. This is the reason why, or one of the big reasons, shall we say, Facebook's banning all ads on promoting cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin and ICOs, which is absolutely fantastic because all I get is spam, literally about all these ICOs, and it's going to protect a lot of us from all these scams that are out there. Now, I'm not going to lie, I've had a look at a lot of ICOs that I get spammed with all over Facebook, etc. I don't know, Twitter, Instagram, blah, 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 blah. A lot of them just look no good, and I'm not saying that, I'm only saying that from what I've seen. They could be bloody amazing for all I know, but from my personal experience, they look like a pile of trash, to be honest. I don't think that anyone should be investing with anything that gets promoted over Facebook anyway. Anything that is really promoted over Facebook, you don't know who's going to be promoting it. You don't know how much money they spent to get it out there. And to be honest, absolutely not. This is absolutely amazing. Okay. Yes, okay, it's damaged the market a little bit, but it will recover. It will recover. Like I said, it's buying season right now. It's February. We're not going to see a recovery for at least another 2 weeks, I reckon, yet. A decent recovery. Now, when I say recovery, I generally mean things like Bitcoin going past the actual $12,000, $13,000 mark, okay? I don't mean it going to 11 and dropping back down to 10. I mean it actually rising above $13,000. We're not going to see that for at least another 2 weeks, yeah? At least 2 weeks. Another thing as well, obviously, you guys might have already seen this. South Korea does not intend to ban cryptocurrency trading, the country's finance minister has said. Now, after all these speculations about South Korea following China's rule of thumb on banning cryptocurrency trading, buying, etc., and even though we know how important crypto is in South Korea, this is a good thing. Okay, this is a good thing. Doesn't mean it's going to restabilize the market just yet. Like I said, crypto is such a long-term thing. Things like Ethereum, Bitcoin, Litecoin, long-term. Neo can be long-term as well if you want it to be. You can invest short-term in Neo for about 2 weeks when it goes up to $50, depending on how much really you invest in. If you want to invest thousands or even just hundreds, it's completely up to you. Now, obviously, we've got things like Tron, which was a proper like pump and dump. Bitcoin Cash, pump and dump. Bitcoin Cash, if you guys remember, I remember this clear as day. I was in a taxi. I was going into town to meet some friends to go out for a few drinks. I see on the news that a major influencer, can't remember his name off the top of my head, he's announced to the world on all his interviews, big announcement, all of a sudden, I sold all my Bitcoin. And I bought thousands, hundreds of thousands of Bitcoin Cash. When Bitcoin Cash was at $400, $300, $200, I can't remember what it was on. Okay. Can't remember the top of my head. Bang! Bitcoin Cash had an all-time high of, it reached 3,000. Way past. If we actually click on Bitcoin Cash, we can actually see when this did happen. If we go onto historical data, we go all the way down. As you can see, it hit 3,000 mark easily in January. Okay. Now, if I want to see, let's just last 3 months. Here we go. So let's keep going down and down. As you can see, December. It hit the $3,000 mark late December. That was Bitcoin Cash. It's now on 1,400. Now, I think that was pump and dump. In fact, that was explained all over the internet that it was a huge pump and dump thing. Some major influencers started to say that he sold all his Bitcoins, which created a massive scare, which made Bitcoin drop severely by hundreds, thousands even. Made Bitcoin Cash increase by, I don't even know what the times multiply was. It was absolutely ridiculous because, as you can see, from mid-December to early December, it was, and late November even, it was 1,500, 1,200, 900. And then all of a sudden, late December, when all this stuff was happening with Bitcoin Cash, it grew massively. It was absolutely ridiculous when that happened. Now, like I said before, good time to buy, but I'm going to wait for Bitcoin Cash for Bitcoin to drop a little bit more, and then that is when I'm going to rebuy some Bitcoin. And you know what, if it plummets, it plummets. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Remember, no one knows what's going to happen. You can do your own research and you can estimate, you can write down all of the equations you want, but theoretically, no one knows 100% what's going to happen. The whole thing could crash tomorrow. I don't think that's going to happen personally, and I'm going to rebuy. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this little video. Remember, it's not going to recover for at least another 2 weeks, okay? That's just my calculations, my opinion. Okay, I've done a lot of research, internet, watching other YouTubers, taking advice from people that I know that are dabbled in crypto, that are basically dedicating a lot of hours to studying the market themselves, just like I do. But yeah, please guys, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, hit that bell notification button, and I'll see you lot on the next one. Thank you.